What's up YouTube? It's your boy Lowpes and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be working on the Gen Civic Si and we'll be installing sequential fog lights. This is like first of its kind. I'm gonna have an awesome discount code for you guys and a link below. We'll take that after. But this is from Ultimate Motorsports and I want to thank them so much for sending it out. I'm super excited to actually put this on the car. I think it's gonna revamp the front end and it's gonna be super unique. Stay tuned and let's get into it. So what we're gonna do is replace this with this. And this is a wired sequential light. This should be a simple install. The wiring is where we'll definitely be a little more careful with, but this shouldn't be too hard. I have my wiring specialist, Mr. Alex. Let's take this off. I'll show you guys how to take this fog light cover off. It's super easy. So what we're gonna do is, if you have some space to pull off, you can, but we're gonna get probably a clip remover and we're gonna start popping around. I'll show you guys that very shortly. Let's see if Alex has some crazy hands. No. So we'll take that off and I'll show you guys what we gotta do. So what you're gonna do is get a clip remover, put it in, and then we're gonna start popping out. You take your time when you're doing it. As you see, it's coming off over here. And we'll pull it and then kind of just stuck there. Yeah, it's sometimes a little tough to come out. It takes a little bit of love and persuasion. Trying to do this and hold the camera at the same time is a little tough. There we go. We're just gonna keep pulling off, working our way slowly. Just be very careful and just take your time. Like Alex is, just slowly shaking it, getting the clips loose. So this is going to take some love and persuasion, but you're slowly going to work your way around with a clip removing tool and you're going to pry it out. Take your time, don't pull on it too hard, just work it slowly. If you can get your hand behind, the tabs will be around here and you'll press the tabs in and pull it out. Still got to do the other side, but this one came out a lot harder than it usually does, so be very careful. Once you remove the fog light bezel, you're going to have a couple screws holding in this little Nike check mark that we will be replacing with a sequential one. So we're just going to remove that, put the other one in, and then we're going to wire it up, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. I think this is going to look absolutely amazing. I think it's going to look sick, and I can't wait to show you guys. It's one of a kind. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only guys around here with one of these on. So what you're going to do is flip it around, and then you're going to push the tabs out like Alex is doing right now. And then this whole Nike check mark thing will just basically pop right out just like that. And now what we're gonna do is we are going to get the new one that has a sequential LED on it. Once you get your wires loose, you're gonna run it through this hole right here. You'll see where it lines up when you get it. And you're gonna run the wires through it. And I will pull this on this side as Alex keeps feeding it through. And then basically this should line up in the correct position like the other one. Once you've put it through, you're basically just gonna put your screws back in, and then we're gonna try wiring it up and see how it looks. As you guys can see, it's a tinge off black. If you really want to, you can use nightshade and darken it, but I don't mind the bit of the off color on it. I'm just gonna keep it for now and enjoy it. If I start noticing that it's something I'm disliking, I can pop this off super easy like we did within like 5 minutes and just take it off. That's what I really like about this. It's a pretty easy install. All right guys, sorry if there's some wind noise. It is quite windy out here. So I'm going to reinstall this. Alex and I are figuring out the wiring over here. And what we're gonna do is basically show you how to do this side correctly and exactly what you need to do. There's a few different ways you can wire it. You can have constant power and always on, but what I want is just to signal. I want it to look OEM plus, and then when I signal, it just does its nice little sequential thing. So I'm going to reinstall this into here, and what we're gonna do is talk about that side, and we'll show you guys exactly what you need to do. All right, as you can see, the color is just a little off, but it's not that bad at all, especially it looks pretty good on a black car. And that's the OEM one. I may eventually tint it, but right now I don't mind it being a little off. It doesn't bother me. One thing I do notice, it does extend a little further out also compared to that one. This is how it's looking. As you can see, It is super cool. It's a sequential, basically fog light bezel cover, and it looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like it. I like it because it looks OEM plus, and then when you signal, it looks pretty nice. We're gonna show you how to do this left side. This is our first time doing it, so we were figuring this side out, and now we're gonna explain and show you on this left side, but it looks pretty cool. What do you guys think down below? When removing this, you'll see that you actually, when you start removing around it, you'll have a clip right here. I didn't reinstall the clip just because it's a lot easier to remove it without it, and you don't need it. This sits super tight and you don't have to worry about it. This will hold without that. I've never had any issues personally, and I just want to show you guys that. Start from the top, work your way around, and slowly just pry away at it. We're going to fish the wire up. As you see, Alex is fishing it up this way, and we're going to tap in to the headlights. Okay, now that we have fished the wires up, we're going to use one of these T connectors over here. So what I just want it to signal. That's it. I don't want to power it up or anything. So we're going to use the yellow wire, because the yellow wire is a turn signal wire, and the black is a ground, and we got to ground it somewhere. Yeah. I will not use the white or the red, because that is constant power, and that's the cool blue or the white light, which I do not want. This is the next day. We had to stop what we were doing at that moment, and we're continuing from today. We had an emergency to attend to, so Alex and I are going to show you how to wire these up for turn signal, and to run all the time. So the way I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to tap into it, and then I'm going to show you how to identify what you have to do. I'm going to put two charts up for the left headlight and the right headlight, and then you guys will see that also, so pay attention to that. All I want is a turn signal, like I've been saying, but I'll show you how they look when they're lit up. I'm going to put this on the screen too. This is a diagram we're going off by. As you guys can see, we already tapped into one. So once that's plugged in, I can show you exactly what's going on. So that one there, we've talked about, that is your green one, and we've tapped into it with one of these T-bits. That's all I'm gonna run, but I'm gonna show you what wires to put into which area to make them work. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to just tap them into the plug itself. Alex, just show them an example of what we're going to do. If you poke into the actual socket of which one is supposed to be, we are tapping into the gray one, which is the ground for us, and this is just going to show you if it works. So you do not leave this like this. Do not. Okay, you're going to have to ground it into the actual wiring itself. You're going to have to splice them together or ground it onto a bolt in the car. This is your ground. If I test it, this should work. And there we go. So we have identified what is the ground. If we look at the plug here, if Alex just tilts it up just a little bit, focus in.
Just look at the wires in the back.
And then you can look at the wires in the back. Like I said, I'll give you guys a diagram. But if you want to just confirm before actually tapping into the wires, if you move your hand for one quick second, you just basically just put it into the plug like that, and you can see if it works. So I'm going to show you how to make the lights completely blue and lit up at all times also. And with your DRLs, I'm not gonna keep it, I'm not gonna wire it in, I'm just gonna tap it myself just to show you guys, you know, how it would look, just because I don't want that look at the moment, but I'll always have that option. All right, so this is how it looks lit up. I do not like this. I think it's too many lights for my likings. I really enjoy just the turn signal. But if we look into here, Alex tapped in the white wire into the pink. And once again, if you want to keep it like this, what you're going to end up doing is actually tapping into it like we did with the turn signal. This just shows you exactly what you need to do and what wire you need to tap into. It's a good like testing method. Now we've switched around the wires, and instead of the cool blue, it's going to be the white. Instead of the white wire here, we've tapped in the red wire into the same spot, which the pink wire is into, and this will give you the option of having it white like this. It kind of looks cool. I don't know, I think it might be just too much lights, especially at night, but I don't mind it. What do you guys think? If you see how we have our turn signals, I think that looks best. And then you see it turns cool blue to a white, and it's lit up like that. What do you guys think down below? You have the option of doing this too. I think it might be just too many lights.
Okay, so just like the other side, this is the driver's side. So the black, like the ground, would be this gray wire right here on the bottom.
Okay, just watch your finger, just so I can focus in. Okay, yeah, the gray one.
That's where you tap the ground into, the black wire that's on the harness here. So same thing like on the other side, you got the white, red, and yellow. The yellow's for the turn signal. So when you come back over here anyways, the green wire here is the one that you want to tap into for your low beam. So for like the cool white or the blue. Just like on the other side, but this is the color.
All right, guys, so like Alex said, exactly the same thing. We're only wiring up the turn signals because that's what I want, but if you want to wire up that Arctic blue or the cool white, you have to wire it into this green wire here, and the ground is the gray wire here, but pretty simple stuff. What do you guys think? Let's see, let's light them up a bit. What do you guys think of them? It's a super easy install. Like I said, I've put the wiring diagrams in the video. If anything, just pause the video, then you can screenshot it or something. But yeah, I like this way better than it lit up. I think it looks so much better and it looks badass. It just adds a nice little touch. It's like an OEM plus, and honestly, it looks sick. I really like it. What do you think, Alex?
I like it.
It's like an OEM plus mod, right?
Mm-hmm. Just my opinion with these lights, personally, like I like it. I just wish it wasn't as bulky. I just wish
it didn't like protrude as much.
Exactly. If it was just in a little bit more,
yeah, like
then I think it'd be better for me. But I like the way it looks though. Like I like that. But like I said, for me, it just a slimmer profile. I think it would have been
10 out of 10.
Yeah, like for me.
The brown is a very simple thing to fix. Yeah. You get used to the way it protrudes after a while. It almost looks OEM. We're just used to this flat and, you know, the flat profile. I think it looks amazing. I really enjoyed it. If you guys want to purchase it, Ultimate Motorsports, I have the link down below, and then use this code word right over here and get yourself a discount on it. Make sure you get them before they're gone. There's a limited time supply, and I'm not sure when they're getting more stock, so make sure to pick them up. Just want to say thank you to Alex, my wiring specialist behind the camera right now. Thank you so much. I think this is a badass mod, and it's a very unique mod, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in Canada that I know of with one. Make sure to grab yours and look badass like this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Ultimate Motorsports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Do it once, do it right. Peace out, and later.